Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Bryant with SFFT Source, your premier unofficial guide to Fiesta Texas. I'm actually at the Schlitterbahn Resorts right now. Even though the park is closed, you can rent a room from the resort, so even during the off season. So if you're in this part of town, you need a hotel, great place to stay. We actually just finished up Winterfest last night at ZDT's Amusement Park in Seguin, Texas, and part of Winterfest is actually an off-season construction tour of Wonder Woman Golden Lasso coaster. So we're going to pack up, we're going to head out to San Antonio and Fiesta, Texas, and we're going to show you guys the progress that has been made since the park has been closed. Let's go.
You'll notice that there's a steel flag at the top, and that was the original Fiesta Texas logo.
Oh, nice.
So it was designed, again, also to really pay homage to the entire city of San Antonio. The waves that you see at the bottom are to depict the water, specifically the Riverwalk. That is part of San Antonio's DNA. The top part that you can see above the star resembles the Alamo, so it brings all that we love about the Alamo City into Six Flags Fiesta Texas. Well, the space is significant and large, and this is what we're converting into our mass producer for funnel cakes. So we're adding all kinds of fryers and equipment to truly just get funnel cakes out at the fastest rate possible. We will be building a shoe just like a ride for the funnel cake location.
And it will be full.
That it will be full, and you will be moving and never stopping walking. If we could do a moving station for funnel cakes. We've added quite a few bank-style switchbacks to our culinary in the past few years. Specifically, if you've gone to our water park, our giant tidal wave location actually is a bank style, and you just go to the next available window, and it just makes sure that you're never stuck behind the slow person. And it just really does keep that line moving. Yeah. So the old days of here's a register and everyone line up and you get stuck behind the slow person, you see the other lanes keep moving and you're waiting 30 minutes for food because the person just now looked at the menu when they get there. It's like, you've been waiting for 20 minutes. Now you're just looking at the menu.
This is over on the side of Primo's Pizzeria. This is where that bar is going that we told you about, so lots of work happening on this as well. This is right over at the corner here by Candy Storm and Rockville High School. And now we're over here by Wonder Woman Golden Lasso coaster. You can see the ride was actually topped off this past week, and we have an entrance archway done now. So the theming is starting to come together a little bit, and this is all actually real stone that you can see here. So very nice theming in the entrance area. Of course, there will be a Wonder Woman logo up here, and then you'll kind of go around back this way. And there's a lot more Roman column theming that if you follow us on social media, you would have seen a couple months ago.
Let me take it off for that. Every maybe 2 feet. Tight turn in the station.
That you'll enter with the Wonder Woman station, other columns. Once you're in there, there'll be the main traditional switchbacks. If you're a single rider or a flash pass, you'll go into that building, make an immediate right so you can still see all the theming, and then you'll pop back out of that building and continue your way to the station. And once you get to the station is where all the lanes will converge and we'll start pulling people off in the order that's needed. You do, you go to the track. Yeah, the exit is a hot mess of zigzagging and going between and hide under columns. So yes, there'll be shade structure almost that whole way, basically as fall protection in case a loose article would fall during the ride experience. You'll be underneath a shade structure that will keep it bouncing off. So you see when you come in with the ride, we try to position it where you'll be able to see lots of things happening while you're even waiting in line. You can see that this is the final turn into the station, so the train's going to be right there. So you'll be able to come up very close and see the reaction of riders getting off as soon as you enter the ride experience. So they'll be going in. You can see where the center line is, where the big pink string is, shows you where the track is going to be laid in. You can already see we have some drive tires that have been installed on the transfer section. There's a series of mag brakes. Once you come in, there's a series of mag brakes in the initial descent, and then we take complete control with drive tires to keep you at the speed. It also allows the computer to calculate how loading is going and how trains are being dispatched to make sure that all the trains are going to be as close together as possible for loading purposes. So if we're hauling it, then that train's going to come in at much faster speed to make sure that it's parking, getting as close to the train that's in the station as possible to leave as minimal of a gap.
So with 3 trains, will you be able to have 2 trains out here on the station?
No, there'll be 1 on course, 1 loading, and 1 just beginning the return. So he just said, are there any differences except the moving station, except the... Actually, California decided to get 3 trains as well. They actually thought that was a good idea. Our track is longer than theirs.
Really?
Yes. There's a great question. The question is, why is our track longer? I'll actually point that out in a minute, because that will reveal itself that you can't see here. Ours is taller. It's 113 feet. I want to say there's 106 or 108 is where they ended up. Ours is longer. We do have more single rail track than any other coaster of its kind built. Very exciting. We do have the moving station, and the other difference is really in the train design. It'll be interesting to see, because we designed our train to not encapsulate you. Again, just try to make it where you have what you really need. What is the thing that you really need to be safe and comfortable on the ride? If it really doesn't need it, then if it doesn't need it, don't put it on.
Here's some of the foliage that'll be part of the theming. They've already installed quite a bit of this as well.
The front's going to settle away.
Trains off and pull them in for maintenance, we obviously needed a way to get it off. So we had to design a special spur track piece that will actually take the train off, or we can load it and unload it from the land side. So we actually have a little bit longer section than the other versions of our train. So that counts as this. It doesn't in our 1,900 feet now. So the 1,900 feet is the actual ride experience. We don't count the trains for that, but if you're looking at total track produced, this ride is more single rail track than this is the version that's being.
You and I would be good.
Nothing has happened to the Scooby building on the outside at least, but there's plenty of time because the new dark ride isn't slated to open until Memorial Day weekend. If you guys have watched previous videos of our construction tours, there used to be a lot more pieces out here, but we're getting down close to the end. There's a piece of the lift hill, and likely probably what the turn back into the station is, or out of the station I should say. So getting pretty close on the track construction. Back in this corner we have the start of the lift hill, a few more support pieces as well. You can see over in the corner. And then of course the other few pieces I just showed you are back that way. Has some anti-rollback pieces over here that still have to be bolted to the track. Looks like they could have been bolted onto something already, but who knows. Another great project that the park is working on is actually refurbishment of Kinderstein, which is their mini teacups ride. So you can see the cars are actually gone, being refurbished, and they'll probably take a little more of this apart as time goes on. So that's more great news for this attraction over here. So what you can see here is they're starting work on relocating the carousel.
Yeah.
And what they're going to do with this structure here is actually turn it into the queue line. So that's what you can see. They're actually starting to chisel away to remove this. Goliath is also getting a paint job for 2018. You can see they've actually started blasting old paint off. So here in the next couple weeks, we'll probably actually have some fresh paint on this ride. Alright folks, that's going to do it for this exclusive construction tour at Fiesta Texas. We're very grateful to have this opportunity. Lots of amazing things happening in the park. Make sure to check out sfftsource.com. That's where we post all kinds of updates and photos of these trips. And you can find that link in the description. Social media is also a great way to keep up with what we're doing and what the park's doing. We thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe.